Welcome back. So a mother is speaking out after a biological male, identifying as a woman, was assigned to her daughter's girls-only dorm as a resident assistant, or RA. The incident, which took place at Utah State University, did result in the woman's daughter being moved to a different dorm. However, the response from the school was dismissive, and they refused to make other students aware of the situation.
That mother, Cheryl Saltzman, joins us now. And Cheryl, I mean, how do you... I'm struggling to get my mind wrapped around this, about how this entire situation unfolded. I mean, when did your daughter first find out that a biological male would not only be living in the dorm, but also in a position of leadership in your daughter's dorm?
He didn't find out until he moved into her dorm. So she messaged me before Christmas break, before she came home after the semester ended, and she said, "Mom, I think that a man pretending to be a woman moved into my dorm." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "No." And the entire Christmas break, when she came home, she was really distraught about it. And it's not that I thought she was lying. I just thought she must be mistaken. Maybe it's a sibling or a friend that was helping her new roommate move in.
And I remember when I was in college years ago, and you look at the RA as someone that you want to be able to confide in, you want to talk to about things, especially if you're in an all-girls dorm. You expect that to be a woman who you can talk to about college life and things that you're going through. So I can imagine how your daughter was feeling. Was she pretty uncomfortable with this entire thing?
She was just so distraught. She was really relieved, I think, when it was confirmed that it was a man pretending to be a woman that moved into her small dorm suite. And I went into mama mode, and we got it taken care of. And what's really frustrating too is there is gender inclusive housing available on campus, but he chose to move into a girl's space. And it's really shocking. It was really, took me by, I just never thought that the university would do that. And like you said, it wasn't that he just went under the radar. He was interviewed, he was hired, and he was placed into this woman's dorm. And like you said, in a place of authority as an RA.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that just shocks me is you said, so there are gender inclusive dorms. I'm assuming there are co-ed dorms, and then there are obviously, girls only, male only. And they did this intentionally. How did the school respond when you raised the complaints?
They just said that it would be discrimination to not allow housing based on gender identity. And from the moment that this just was confirmed, I've just been in disbelief. And so if you are uncomfortable with a man moving into your apartment after he's already moved in, then you have to move as a girl. So the girls have to move. So as women, we are validating men at our own expense and canceling ourselves, essentially.
Yeah, what kind of message do you think this ultimately sends to other women at this university? Essentially, they told you and your daughter, we don't care about your feelings. We only care about the RA's feelings.
Exactly. It's got to change. And we really need to make sure that when we are put in these positions, we need to speak out and we need to stand up for ourselves, because I think that this is happening a lot.
Yeah, Cheryl, in addition to speaking out, obviously, with us this morning, what else are you planning to do? I mean, are you going to take this to the state legislature? Are you thinking about legal action against the school? I'm assuming it's a state university that we're talking about here.
Well, I did want to give a little shout out to Campus Reform for giving me a voice. I think that's a first step. I've just kind of been living in just day to day. It's just all kind of happening so fast.
Yeah.
So But that is my number one, is I would love to see the school's policy to change. That could happen immediately. And really, I feel like they've dug their heels in and they've made pacifying kind of legalese comments, but nothing has changed. He is still in the dorm. He has the female roommates are still in there with him. And I believe that another girl moved in with him and probably had no consent or warning. And
Wow.
and also, like you said, we need state and federal laws to make it ironclad.
Yeah.
That girls' spaces, sports, privacy, and well-being is protected.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheryl, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And we hope things do get better at Utah State.